Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I guess I'm going to entitle this video, unless I change my mind and add something to it, because I've posted this title before, and I'm very, I guess, strong on this, as a professional player. I don't want you guys to get off on the wrong foot on your journey to learn any instrument, whether it's guitar, piano, whatever. It'll be entitled Stop Watching Fingers, probably part 2 or part 4. But the reason why I'm doing this video is I'm going to read this comment and then I'm going to elaborate on it, because again, you don't know what you don't know. The internet is a wonderful thing, but when you go on the quest to try to teach yourself something you know nothing about, you're going to crash and burn. Just that simple. It's real simple. Go find a music teacher, formal, get music lessons, and pay these people for their services. You're not going to become a good musician just solely sitting on the internet watching Morris Man fingers, any other dude's fingers. I'm telling you, trust me on this. There's a system that is tried and true, and it works, and it's been working for many of years, many centuries. Go pay somebody that know how to play, and they'll teach you. Just that simple. It's still I don't want to pay nobody. I'm gonna do it myself, or I'm not that serious about doing this, and I'm just gonna half-ass it, for lack of better words. So I'm gonna read this comment, and then I'm going to, give my commentary on it. Actually, I'm gonna read 2 comments, kind of squeezed 2 into 1. And I did a cover of Brothers Johnson, Get the Funk Out My Face. I love that song. George Johnson was a very underrated rhythm guitar player, guitar player, period. And that's because he had one of the world's greatest bass players as a brother, so he got overshadowed big time. But, I listen to his stuff, and you listen to it, it's like, man, this guy got some beautiful voices, and he can play well. I mean, I love his rhythm tracks. So I got a gentleman, he said, good evening. It would be nice if you could set your camera straight on the fretboard and not at an angle. Can't see all your fingers. Here we go with the fingers again. Placement, even though your mantra is stop looking at fingers. Even though this guy have seen my videos to say, don't concentrate on these fingers. Concentrate on the chords across the screen. If you can't play them, it's time for formal lessons. I'm putting this information out here, and people still want to push it to the side and do their own thing. And when you do that, you don't end up with the results that you get. When you don't put much into anything, you don't get anything or much of anything out of it. It's just that simple. I stress to you guys, go get formal lessons. If you don't get lessons from me, because I do have a DVD course where I teach you how to play rhythm guitar the right way. Still a guessing and don't know what chord up under your hand because somebody shows you on the internet. You're wasting a lot of time. Again, my lessons are only $40, and this is not a plug for my lessons. If you don't get it from me, get it from somewhere else, just as long as you get it. Because again, I give you the chords, and the purpose of the videos that I do are to give you the chords, and that's it. It's not to try to teach you finger placements of the chords in the video. If you don't know that already, you shouldn't be here trying to play songs. Before you even get to that point, know the fretboard, know the strings, know the name of the strings, know what chords you got under your hand. And how do you do that? By getting formal lessons. Not sitting on the internet and getting 50 different perspectives on how to play the guitar, because no 2 guys were trained and taught the same way. So each perspective is going to be a different one. And a good example of that is you following 5 guys on YouTube. And you are one guy like myself. The majority of my playing is based on bar chords. I play open face chords when it's absolutely necessary, and I can't do a bar chord for that particular chord because the voicing is not right. But that's my thing. But you go to another guy, he said, don't do that. Don't do the bar chord thing. Do the open face chord thing. Then you go to another guy, he give you another perspective. So that's not going to be good for you. You're going to have 50 different perspectives from 50 different people, and you don't know what you need to do. You don't know who to believe, or, okay, that guy told me don't do this, but this guy told me to do it. You study under 1 or 2 people perhaps, and then you form your style of playing. I studied under, I would say 2 guys, but mainly the one guy from the Conservatory of Music is who put me on the map as far as playing, and who put me in the direction to understand how to play. You know, because initially I went through what everybody else goes through when they in search of a music teacher. You get stuff that don't make sense to you, and you don't want to question it because it's like, well, I'm trying to learn from this guy, and who am I to come in here and question what he does? Because I used to question one of my first music teachers. I want you to start building chords. I'm like, why do I need to do this? You know, unless I'm going hardcore music score, Berkeley style, writing, and I'm never going to do that. I'm just going to be a dude that, initially I was just somebody that just wanted to play the guitar. I had no idea I was going to become a professional guitar player and songwriter, but the stuff they were teaching me, I would never apply, but I'm paying for it. And when I went to the gentleman from the Conservatory of Music, I had only one lesson with him. He gave me a package. He said, look at this. This is why you need to do this. This is what it is. Go home and study. I went home and studied. Didn't have to take another last lesson because it was expensive. And I was going to go back, but I'm like, he basically gave me everything I need to know here. Only thing I got to do now is practice and apply it. That's it. Practice and apply it. Practice and apply it, So, from time to time, I'll keep posting videos like this because this is extremely important. Stop watching fingers and know what you're doing. Because in that particular song, I gave you the chords, and there's some, I guess lead lines, and I'm like, I'm not really trying to teach people note for note, because if you can't hear a single note at a time, it's time for formal lessons. If there's a G note struck in this particular cycle and you can't hear it and don't know where it's at, and somebody got to tell you, no, dude, put your finger here on the third fret, you need to go get lessons. I mean, it's just that simple. Like I told you about my bass lessons, my bass lessons, all the bass covers I've done, I've never applied theory and never had to read sheet music. Even though I know how to read sheet music, my ear's quicker than my sight. For bass, it's like one note at a time. And if I can't pick out one note at a time, I got to bag it up and start to practice. So that's why, all my bass covers, when people ask me, what's the tab? I'm like, I'm playing this back here. I hear it. It's simple. It's no complex James Jamerson stuff or Victor Wooten stuff. Just some basic bass patterns. And there's only usually 2, maybe 3 in the entire song in most cases. Just got to study, listen to that first bass pattern, the second one, or whatever. So again, my purpose here is to help you guys get started on the right foot. Don't come out the gate studying bad habits, thinking you can do it by yourself. These 50 dudes are going to teach me how to play for free. I just got to watch their fingers and just memorize finger placements and stuff like that. That doesn't work. Any seasoned musician that know how to play will tell you, go get lessons. This was long before the internet came around. The internet is a wonderful tool. I've learned a lot from a lot of guys off the internet. Mantic. I can't even pronounce the name right, but him and a few other people have taught me stuff. I'm like, okay, double stops and D-shaped chords all up and down the neck. I'm like, thank you, But you're not gonna learn initially how to become a musician by sitting on YouTube watching some dude fingers on the guitar fretboard or some dude fingers on the piano, whatever. It's a supplementary learning process, but it's not gonna get you started. There has to be a foundation. And, you're not going to really find that randomly on the internet watching people play. I've told you guys that 100 times before. I'm going to tell you 100 times more in the future because I'm really strong on this. If I don't get out any other message on my channel, it's that one. Go get lessons if you don't know how to play. You're not going to learn by sitting here watching some dude fingers. And then he got to tell you where these 3 notes in that little lick is. Got to tell you where it's at. If you can't pick out 3 notes, it's time for lessons, Now, complex stuff is a little different. But let me get to the next comment before I shut this video down. I did a Johnny Guitar Watson song. I actually got a Johnny Guitar Watson songbook. I love his playing. I think he was a really underrated blues guy or jazz. Well, he was blues. Bluesy, jazzy. But I forgot the name of the song. And the guy said, I love this. Do you, by any chance, have the tab for the solo as well? Now, everybody that follows my channel know I don't do no other people's solo. It's called solo for a reason. You're on your own, not mimicking and, mirroring another dude's fingering or whatever his solo. Because to me personally, and this is just my opinion, solo comes from here. You know, it comes from there. It comes from the heart. You know, and I can't play another guy's solo because that's not coming from my heart. That's coming from his heart. You know, so I don't want to spend 2 hours sitting down mapping out some dude's solo note for note. I ain't got time for that. That's just not my style. When you initially learn how to play solos, yeah, you do mimic your heroes. You do. You know, you start following what they do, and then you're like, okay, I'm comfortable within this skill. I'm gonna do my own thing. You know, and still I'm sitting here note for note what this dude did on the record. You know, and he said, "What I happen to have the tab, you know, by chance, and the solo is a strong part of the song." I totally agree, but I'm just doing the chords. I'm not doing the solo and the chords, because what a lot of people don't realize that are not professional musicians, how songs are tracked. If there's a lead line going, that's on a different track and being solely played just the lead line. The guitar player is playing the lead line, is not jumping back and forth doing the rhythm. That's done on a separate track. Even if he's the only guy playing those parts, he's not playing them bouncing back and forth. He's playing one straight through. Then when they rewind the tape and do an overdub, then he played the guitar chords, you know. So I want you guys to know that, because, you know, musicians, non-musicians don't understand it, don't know that. They just think that you're doing everything at once. No, you know, but again, anybody that follows my channel know I don't do other dude solos. I just don't. It's not my thing, you know. And I guess that's all I'm going to say on that, you know, that it's called solo for a reason. You know, put your own little flair in there, because a lot of times the musicians that played on those recordings, when they do their solo live, they don't do it exactly like the record. You know, a lot of times you kind of improvise, and sometimes you do kind of plan out what you're going to do solo wise in the song, but it's really never played the same all the time. So I'm going to sign off now, but again, sorry for them horses, can be. Again, you know, you young guys out there that's starting to learn, stop watching fingers, you know, get some formal lessons, know what you're doing. And when somebody just give you chords, just play them, you know. Instead of you need to have them to break down the chord in the song as you watching it. You know, I got my finger here, this is a G chord and the finger there. You know, if you at that stage, it's time to bag it back up, get formal lessons. Then you can tackle these songs and play as many as you like, you know, my channel. You know, I can play just about anything I want to play. Anything that I can hear, I can play. Now, I'm not saying every single thing, but for the most part, most of the stuff that I hear that people send me, I can play it, you know. Till next time, take care. And I hope that this video was helpful, because again, this is what this channel is about. It's to help you guys. It's not to be condescending, or it's not to be negative, or it's not to be slighting anybody. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm trying to put you on the right path from day one, instead of 2 years later. Then you realize I done wasted 2 years trying to study and watch fingers, and I ain't going nowhere. You know, hello, till next time.